The auto market in Kenya, how does it look like?
The market has become so diverse. It's no longer people driving just Toyotas. It's no longer just about a Prado. Right now we have a BYD. Right now we have Aston Martin. When you want to buy it, look at why you need it.
Not what the noise is saying.
Not what the market is saying. First of all, look at what you need. Kindly ensure that your preference matches your budget.
What's your dream car, David?
BMW X7. It has been my
X7.
dream car.
Okay. You want to have the sheer driving experience.
Exactly. We call it the sheer driving pleasure.
The sheer driving pleasure.
It speaks to you while you're driving.
Good morning and welcome to today's conversation on the Executive Review Podcast. We've had a number of conversations in various sectors, but there's one sector that we have never touched on. That is the motor sector. And to have that conversation, I am joined by a guru in the motor sector. That is one David Tash. Karibu sana, my brother.
Thank you so much, Rick.
Yeah, good to have you on the podcast.
It's been long, man.
It's been a while. Actually, David and I, you guys might not know, but we have quite a bit of history. Our first employer was the same.
Yes. I onboarded you, right?
Yeah, you actually gave me my first job.
No, I just facilitated.
You facilitated. David facilitated my first ever. It was actually an internship program.
Yes.
And it was a beautiful one. Actually, we some of the skills we have out here is because of such experiences.
And I can say it was a very hospitable environment.
It was a hospitable, yeah.
It was nice, even the management and everything.
Yeah.
I need not to forget mentioning that.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was very good.
Yeah.
And I think that's what happens when you maintain friendships also beyond what brought you together.
Yeah, for sure.
And I've been very proud of you actually to see you with what you've been doing, because I first knew you in the lens of employment.
Yes.
But now I know you as a business guy.
Exactly.
As someone who is out there to build something and be able to serve a market.
Sure.
And you're going to tell our viewers about what you're doing.
Okay, thank you so much, Rick.
Yeah.
And basically we do car sales. Some people normally call us brokers, but I hate being called a broker.
Yeah.
Even though it's not a bad thing,
Yeah.
we call ourselves sales agents. So even our office is a sales agency.
Yeah.
So basically we sell cars.
Yeah.
That is the main objective.
The core business.
Yeah, the primary business that we do. But we also do consultancy in case you need a car, you're a first-time car owner. Maybe you're looking forward to have parts. Maybe you're looking forward to have inspection done on your vehicle.
Yeah.
Those are some of the things that we do.
So you're basically end-to-end car consultant.
Yes. That is why we are called Tash Motor Consults.
Tash Motor Consults.
Yes.
So your company is Tash Motor Consults.
Yes.
Tash Motor Consults. I first saved you on my phone.
Yes.
As David, then the name of our previous employer, and now with your second number, because I think these are different number from the one I had.
Yeah.
I saved it David Tash Motor Consults.
Exactly. Now we are purely David Tash.
David Tash.
Yes, across all social media platforms.
Yeah.
And also the name of the company, Tash Motor Consults.
And I'm sure most of our viewers, most of them, you are quite a significant guy on the internet. Yeah. I'm sure they have seen you online and they're looking forward to this conversation. And just to learn a few things about this journey, you can help us get introduced to your world of auto industry, how you got yourself into this business, and if this is what you wanted to do from class 4.
I can't really say that is what I wanted to do from standard 4. Yeah. But I can say sometimes life pushes us to the platforms on which we never expected.
Yes.
So initially, I was in pharmaceutical industry as a salesperson.
Yeah.
And then I'm here, I'm seated down, there is no job, there is no money, and I have to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I checked other people online. Okay, before I even thought I could sell cars, I could consume content, like car content, reviews.
So you've been a car enthusiast even before this business?
Yeah, but now that was, I think, from around October 2023. Yeah. That is when I started becoming so interested in the car industry. and also the property. Actually, before I joined the car sales,
Yeah.
I was so much into property because I could watch. I remember I could consult even friends and some other people that I could meet maybe online, and then they could tell me you can take even 6 months without closing a deal, but once you close it, it can sustain you for the next 6 months.
Yeah.
And I felt like, no, this could be a bit challenging given I needed instant income.
Yeah.
Remember, I had already lost my job.
Yeah.
And so in 2024, in around February, I joined now another small company, basically selling used cars. I handled the social media together with my friend. We could create content, but it lasted for only 2 weeks. Yeah. From there, we decided to go freelancing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did it for a few months. Again, it was not really working. So we joined a dealership as a sales agent. And I think after like 2 months, the guy had already put me in charge of managing the dealership.
Wow.
That is how I found myself, So I decided to create content because I was also trying to follow the footsteps of those who had already done it and who are actually doing it.
Yeah, it reminds me of one of the greatest exploration stories. I don't know if you guys watch these history documentaries. It's how Americas was discovered.
Yeah.
So there was this queen in Spain who wanted to discover the new route to India. And they thought they could go to India by sailing west. So they would sail to the Atlantic because, from Spain to India, the traditional route will be going through the Mediterranean and then the Strait of Hormuz and to India. But they wanted to go to India by sailing west through the Atlantic. And that's how we got the story of Christopher Columbus and how they bumped into an island. And that island looked like it was an endless world, which is today the Americas.
Okay.
So Americas was an accidental discovery. And today it's one of the greatest nations ever.
Yes.
I saw the fireworks the other day when they were celebrating 250 years of independence.
I think I saw that.
And all that just began by a man trying to find a mission that led him into a new mission.
Exactly.
And I think that's what that's quite what your story is.
Yes.
Whereby you didn't sit down to plan and say we are gonna do David Tash Motors, the Tash Motor Consults. But a series of events led you into what is now your business.
Yes, and one of the biggest in the, we are one of the biggest platforms in this automobile industry.
Yeah.
And we are very proud of that.
That is very good. It's good to be proud of what you have built. And actually, one of the reasons why, at some point we lost contact. Yes. And one of the things that made me to come back and notice that, hey, this guy, I think I know this, because I met you on the internet. And I said, no, I know this guy.
Yeah.
Now, interestingly, is I was trying to look for your number on my phone and I couldn't get it. Yeah. So when I didn't get your number on my phone, I said, probably it's just somebody I knew. Because, sometimes the internet can make you look a bit different.
Yeah,
and now today you do a lot of suits.
and I meet so many people. Someone is looking at you and says, are you the one I normally see online?
Yes.
So it can be a bit confusing sometimes.
It can be a bit confusing.
Yeah.
But that is very beautiful. Now, maybe you can just help us fast forward, understand the auto market in Kenya. How does it look like? How does the auto market look like?
Okay, I can say initially it was a very small market.
Yeah.
By small, I mean people concentrated on very few models and very few type of cars. Today you can see, even as you're moving around town in Nairobi, you can see that people have actually, the market has become so diverse. It's no longer people driving just Toyotas. It's no longer just about a Prado. Right now we have a BYD. Right now we have Aston Martin. Right now we have
Alfa Romeo.
Yes, there are so many. So
Jetua.
How the market right now looks like, it looks so creative, so innovative, and I think we are trying to embrace the system that is being applied by the
And
South
the colors
Africa.
Are no longer just black and white.
No. We have wine red. When Mazda was coming in, every lady was looking for a wine red. Yeah. So it has become a very diverse market. The prices also, the taxes, everything. It's a very wide market with a lot of things, with a lot of changes that are happening today. And it's because Kenyans have opened their eyes. Kenyans need different things.
Yeah.
And like before, where people were just driving Toyota Premio, right now we have Mazda Tenza. Yeah. And like people are just driving cars like maybe Mercedes C200. Right now people are into BMW 3 Series, regardless of how people are discussing them. Maybe, they are not reliable, all those conventional mindsets.
Yeah.
So it's a very good market right now.
Yeah. Maybe we can do a brief analysis of time and the most famous cars of the various time blocks. Maybe in the 90s, for me, I remember growing up, there were the popular cars were Nissan Sunny, and there was this car called Caldina.
Yes.
And there was the fielder version of those days.
Toyota 110 was in 1990s,
1997, yeah.
Thereabout. We have the Toyota 100, those series, but now those are converted into Corolla.
Yes.
And then from the Corolla, we had now the Premio.
The Premio.
Other people call them Premio Nyoka.
Yeah.
And then from there now we had the Premio 240s, 260s, and all that.
Yes.
But before then, we also had, remember, in the market, we also had Peugeot 504.
Peugeot 504s,
yes. Those are cars that were booming, even more than the Mercedes-Benz,
Yeah.
especially in Kenya.
Yeah.
Yeah, the who and whos were driving them.
Yeah,
but
and we also
now,
had a lot of Defenders. Huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
We had Defenders when it came to now the off-road machines and all that. Yeah, but you can spot some Range Rovers, the first, second generation or the third generation Range Rovers. You can actually spot them. The older ones, the KQ, the KA something, KA, those ones.
So, okay, from 2010 to that, these are like 15, 16 years.
Yes.
Which cars have really rocked the market in the last 15 years?
Categorically speaking, you can start with the saloon cars. We had the Toyota Premio.
Yeah, it rocked.
Toyota Premio.
Yeah.
We have the Toyota Fielders.
Yeah.
It was about Toyota actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now, also that period, we had the Mercedes.
Yeah.
The Mercedes C200 and Mercedes C180, the one that came with a compressor engine.
Yeah.
And then we also had the Mercedes with the CGI engines. That is now the E-Class. So within those years, you find, we call them, the code names are normally like the Mercedes W203 and W204.
Yeah.
And then we also had the Mercedes W211 and W212.
Yeah.
Now those are the A-Class within those generations.
Yeah.
So they really rocked. Even today, if you get a very nice W212, someone will actually grab it faster. Because in the last 2 weeks, I think we have sold 2.
Yeah.
Yes, in the
so
last
they're
2
still
weeks.
fast selling. They are fast moving kind of
they are
model.
still fast moving compared to the maybe W213. That is the E-Class from around 2015.
Yeah.
Of course, we have the price aspect.
Yeah.
But still, they were good in build quality. So those are some of the cars that trended.
Yeah, and then also on we are still at saloon, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
When we moved to the mid-size SUVs,
Yeah.
we had the Toyota Harrier and the Toyota RAV4.
Yeah.
Those were legendary.
Yeah.
And then when they introduced the Vanguard, it was also legendary.
Which is a variant of the RAV4.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just that it was a bit bigger and more practical.
Yeah.
And again, we also, in terms of SUVs, now we are talking about the LC100 and the LC200 models. Yeah, that is...
Does the X-Trail fall in that category?
It does,
Yeah.
but it faced some backlash because they had some issues to do with reliability, the CVT and all that, the gearbox. But still the cooling system also, it faced some backlash, but again, it tried. It survived because we still had the Outlanders. There were not so many, but they also impressed by people within those years.
Yeah, and the CRVs.
The CRVs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's beautiful. And then came the Mazdas and the Suzukis.
The Mazdas were the game changer.
Yeah.
That is when people realized it was not always about Toyota.
Yeah.
Yeah. People loved it because Mazdas now came with trendy designs.
Yeah.
They came looking nice and they are as reliable as Toyotas.
Yeah.
They are as affordable as Toyotas. And you could get a Mazda that is cheaper than a Toyota in the category of a saloon. You get that an Atenza is cheaper than a Premium, but it looks way better and it performs much better compared to the other one. Yes.
Okay, and what cars today are like rocking? Kenya, why am I asking on this rocking question? Because there's this kind of trend in Kenya whereby if a certain car sells quite fast, then many Kenyans tend to also embrace it for quite a while.
Yeah.
So what cars today are like the cars to watch out to? What you are selling most at your agency, and what mechanics are also recommending a lot in terms of reliability and functionality in Kenya?
Okay, there are still...
That is both the normal guy, the mid guy, because I know also there are cars which are now fashionable for guys who can afford now to spend. Yeah.
I think this year we have sold more Mazdas than any other brand. We have also sold quite a number of Mercedes units.
Yeah.
And we have also sold quite a number of now other units in terms of maybe the Toyotas. But I can still say we do not have a specific model that is trending right now.
Yeah.
But if you talk about the category, if we now categorize them, still the young people are now buying more Mazda Atenzas than they bought Toyota Mark-X before. More young people are now buying Mazda Atenza more than they bought an Audi A4. But there is a season, I think like a year or two ago, where the Audi A4 and Audi A5 were trending amongst the youth. There is a time Toyota RAV4 was trending. Right now, Toyota RAV4s are stocked and they are not really moving.
Is it because of pricing? Some people feel like the new RAV4 model is so priced, is highly priced, and there are many competitors in that range.
Because someone can get a good car than just, because right now someone is buying a Jetua Dashin. A Jetua Dashin is a very, very great car, and you can get it at around maybe 4.7 million. But if you look at the tech, it comes in 0 mileage. You can't compare. As much as someone might raise an issue of maybe availability of parts and all that, the technical support, Jetua company is just here. So someone can literally walk in and get a part. So you find that competition has really, really knocked the Toyota.
Ideally, what is making Jetua to have a good entry in the market is also their local presence and the service. The service engineers are available just to make sure that in case there are any challenges, they can be sorted out from here. Maybe you can tell us something small about Jetua, and I want you to relate this with something called Mobius that was quite there before. The fear of many Kenyans is that Jetua might suffer the same fate as Mobius, but maybe you know better because you're in the market.
Jetua may not face the same or suffer the same fate as the Mobius, because Mobius came to be manufactured and assembled in Kenya. So it was supposed to be a Kenyan product, even though it was the engineers behind it were not really Kenyans, but it came to it was supposed to be our pride.
To be a kind of Safaricom. Safaricom is not really Kenyan, but it is so Kenyan.
It is so Kenyan.
So Mobius was supposed to be?
Yes, to be that way. But not Jetua. Jetua are not being assembled in Kenya. They're actually being imported directly from China. So Jetua is a Chinese company, and Chinese developers and Chinese investors never joke. They have been floated with enough cash to sustain themselves, and they're doing great marketing. So Jetua, again, in terms of pricing, Jetua are very keen on that. That is why you can see a car that competes against Land Rover, maybe 110, or the Land Rover Defender. And you compare that car and the price, and then you compare that of Jetua. But if you compare the tech in this Jetua, it will become more better compared to this Land Rover. And then this car will come in 0 mileage. So someone is buying a new car. They are given warranties. Maybe someone tells you that you have 5-year warranty of the engine and gearbox. So you are not worried if this engine dies. So that is a competitive advantage.
So you're also selling Jetua units in Kenya. Is the market receiving? Is the market receptive of Jetuas?
Yes. It is very receptive. You can ignore the noise that is normally made by other people who have maybe traditional way of thinking about things. But if you look at the feedback from the real
users,
we have the real consumers of the product, and then we have those people who are like, and we need them anyway.
We need them.
So I think they're getting good feedback. There are quite a number of units. The last time we visited, we had like around 4 units already under reservation, awaiting clients to complete the payment. So it's receiving good feedback.
That's nice. Looking again at the high end of the market, Kenya is one country where certain cars have been given a certain relationship. For example, we know Harriers suffered at some point the fate of being so feminine. And we also had Pro Boxes suffering the fate of being like
something like that.
And now we also have the Land Cruiser Prado, the Land Cruiser 200 series, and even the Toyota Prado, TX and VXL. They are suffering the fate of being politician cars. So if you have a client who maybe is in this range, this kind of caliber, and they want a similar kind of car that can function in such a way, but they don't want to suffer that branding, so you are looking for the best alternative. Which kind of advice would you give them in the market today?
First of all, I normally tell somebody, when you want to buy it, look at why you need it.
Not what the noise is saying.
Not what the market is saying. First of all, look at what you need. If you are a businessman and you do not stay in Nairobi, maybe you want to be traveling from Naivasha to Nairobi every other day, please just go for that Toyota Prado. It will serve you. If you're buying a VXL,
Yeah.
trust me, this is a car that will prove itself in terms of reliability, in terms of performance, and also in terms of fuel consumption, if we are talking about a diesel engine.
Yeah.
But now, if you consider what the market is saying, you may end up making a very big mistake.
Yeah.
Because, again, I'll go back to the models that are coming in that are not so common in the country.
Yeah.
Let's say you stay somewhere in Chaka, in Nanyuki.
Yeah.
And you are traveling maybe twice a week in Nairobi or Mombasa.
Yeah.
You cannot go for a unit that does not have ready or rather immediate technician to handle your issue. In case you get a problem along the way, you will still have to consider the Prado. But if you are within Nairobi or maybe within an urban center, you can now consider these other models which are immersed in technology, but they might give you a challenge when it comes to maintaining them. So you still have to look at why you need it, and that will guide you on what you need to buy.
On what you need to buy.
Yes.
Volvo, what will you say about Volvo?
It's the safest car on earth.
Safest car on earth.
Volvo is a good car.
Yeah.
Initially, they had a problem with the gearbox. So many people complained about it. But Volvo is a good car. Volvo also has a lot of technology. And the mistake Kenyans do is that Kenyans love shortcuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where they mess up with the whole thing.
Exactly. So if you are buying a Volvo, you need to treat a Volvo as a Volvo, not as a Toyota Harrier 240G.
Yeah.
No. You cannot treat it that way.
Volvo. Give it be a bit more delicate. It's like handling your most delicate issues in life.
Yes. I normally use this example. You cannot marry a lady from Kilimani or Lavington and expect to treat them the same way you can get them from somewhere in Mukurweini. You know, they have been brought up in different environments. So you just need to...
So you just need to know that this one is a different breed.
Yes.
Okay, this is a Chihuahua.
not a Bosco.
Not a Bosco. Anyway, that is good to know. David, we have a lot of trends in the market. The other day I was looking at... a certain factory in China that manufactures BYDs. And I was looking at this is now EV, electric vehicles. And I think it's quite a big thing where we are going. And I just saw that BYD has surpassed a company like Tesla in terms of the number of units they manufacture. And also their contribution to EV vehicles is growing very fast. And China is now exporting a lot of BYDs to a market like Australia. And you know what that means. Because cars that can survive in Australia usually end up in Kenya. So it's about time. And also looking at a market like the US, where we have a company like Tesla that is really setting pace for so many things that are going to happen in future, like electric vehicles and increased automations in these cars, increased luxury and security. What would you say about these trends?
The way China operates, first of all, China produces a product that will hit the global market. Tesla, the disadvantage is, in my opinion, I think they concentrated on something that will impress the whites.
They manufacture
in
for
America.
Americans.
Because if you can give me something like a Cybertruck, we'll drive a Cybertruck in Kenya.
No, with the Cybertruck, that one, maybe we can excuse them. Because I heard Elon in a certain meeting, I think it was in Dubai, he says... the Cybertruck has been manufactured for mass. Because, you know, the guy has a mission to make humanity a spacefaring species. Anyway, we can excuse him for that. But let's look at a basic Tesla.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even looking at it, I've been looking at one. I think there is one trending in Kenya right now. There is a Tesla trending, and I've seen people trying to review it and all that. Still, it may not be able to hit the market, not just because it's an EV, but because the design also matters. Because when people are buying cars in Kenya, most of them are buying maybe for speeds. That is just the thrill. Most of them are buying for families. But now, if you look at Tesla,
you don't know what question does it answer.
Yes, it doesn't make me feel like I'm driving something unique. Okay, it looks unique, but it does not really appeal to our market today. That is why, look at even South Africa. They are quite a small number. But you can't really compare the way they are designing their cars and the cars that we need as Africans. That is why China's BYD will come to Kenya. I've actually met one on my way here.
We already
but
have
not
BYDs
a Tesla.
here.
Yes. Because they try to they give you something trendy, but it must be able to take someone's market.
Yeah, tastes and preferences change so fast.
Yes.
And a lot of investment is being done on R&D, research and development. And some of these things could be fixed. We know of a company like Nissan, which at some point people were very afraid of them. People were actually scared of Nissan.
Yes.
But I think they fixed their feedback. They fixed some of the challenges that Nissan had.
Yes.
And today it's one of the popular cars on the roads.
Yeah. And it also has pricing advantage.
Yeah.
Nissans are quite affordable compared to their competition in the market.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, but that also affects their resale value.
Yes, quite much.
Quite much.
Yeah, but I normally advise people, if you're buying a car, can we try and forget the resale value at some point? Are you buying to sell?
Okay, you're buying to use.
Yes,
okay,
but it's important to consider.
Okay, at this point, I want us now to look at money and cars and the driving culture in Kenya. When most of us were growing up, those ones who are maybe now in this age category, the ownership of cars was not as common as it is today.
Yeah.
And actually, the basic mode of transport in majority of homes, especially those of us from Western Kenya, was the bicycle.
Yeah.
And today, I think the narrative is changing because cars are becoming quite more significant in our homes.
Yes.
And I think also there's a little more driving culture in the country. When you drive around any roads in the country, even in Kenya, even outside Nairobi, there are many traffic congestions out there. There is constant need for roads to be expanded, and there is a lot of other secondary businesses that are popping up as allied to the auto sector. For example, mechanics, parts, car washes, roadside malls around petrol station. That tells you how the motor sector is actually impacting on how Kenyans do life. I don't know what you have to say on this kind of culture shift.
First of all, it has been built on necessity.
On necessity.
It's so convenient to have a car.
Yeah.
And please, buy a car if you're watching this. It's so convenient to have a car.
Yeah.
Because a car will, apart from making a statement, a car will give you convenience of time. It will save you time.
You just said a car makes a statement.
Yes.
In other words,
yeah.
Among the many reasons why people buy cars, you are trying to talk about convenience, but there's this silent reason that a car is a symbol of status.
Yes, exactly.
In so many ways.
And people will judge you based on that. Whether you like it or not, there is a deal you might lose because you came with a matatu, you are dusty everywhere, your suit is not even well, because you do not have a car.
Or actually you came with a funny car.
Exactly. Or you came, I was going to that.
Yeah.
If you are going to, do you know why most celebrities actually get loans to just buy cars? There is somebody who will walk in a room, they're going to negotiate a deal, a contract, and the kind of car this guy walks in, let's say someone drives in with a Range Rover, Vogue, maybe 2021 model.
Yeah.
When they give you their red card, you are going to respect it. Number two, also car ownership has become so easy.
Yeah.
I think when you're watching our videos, every time we are talking about financing, we are talking about trade-ins and all that. And that has simplified car ownership, that you can actually own a car just by paying a small deposit, a small percentage of the price, and you continue paying for the balance, maybe in a span of like 3 to around 6 years, based on who is actually financing you. So that has also contributed to why we have so many cars. Another thing is also pressure. Some people are buying cars because of pressure. It's very true. I go to buy a car because someone has bought a car, and I'll feel like when we go somewhere, I'll feel out of place. So there are so many factors that have influenced car ownership in the country, but majorly is about it has become so easy.
Convenience.
And convenient. There is convenience, and there is also the way you acquire the car, in terms of financing and all that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a very good statement. I think one thing also I'd want us to see into this conversation is how this new culture change is impacting the economy.
Yes.
Because I happen also to have seen how life happens out there, outside Kenya.
Yes.
And in a country like China, for example, and the US and many developed nations, the government will not say it's a must that you own a car. But there are many things that have been done to just make it so difficult to operate without one. I think Europe is an exception. Many European countries are exemptions. But in the US, most North American countries, the system forces you to have a car. And when you come to look at why somehow the system wants you to have a car, it's because of what owning a car does to the economy. Because I'm told when you buy one single unit of a car, you have created so many jobs by just that single decision.
Yes.
So today, if you are seated in this room and one guy just buys a car, you have addressed unemployment in many ways.
Yes.
Maybe you have observed it in a different lens.
Yeah. Number one, I'm going to fuel the car.
Yeah.
Number two, I have a mechanic who does my service, that is regular servicing of the engine and the gearbox.
Yes.
I also have somebody who just works on my electronics. If my side mirror dies, there is someone who is just working on that. But
the car wash.
Yeah. And also the government banner. Right now, they want me to take my car for inspection.
Yeah.
They want to...
Gava is also there.
Yeah, my 2000 bob.
Yeah.
And car ownership in Kenya comes attached to so many taxes. I can't even mention them. There are so many.
Yeah.
And I think that is a big challenge.
So many insurance companies.
Yes, exactly.
And so many banks.
Yeah.
Their balance sheet has been built by car owners.
Yeah.
You know that?
Yes.
So it's a big market. It's a big economy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, you must have insurance on your car
before
you are allowed to be on the road.
Yeah.
That's also an employment opportunity that the car creates.
Yeah. So on this trend that we are seeing now with the car inspection and NTSA, and also the tax legislation around car importation and change of ownership of cars, how is this affecting the market? From your side, are you seeing Kenyans still buying cars? Or what are you seeing from your end, from your dashboard?
Taxation is a big problem to car ownership in this country. I want you to check. People have started embracing zero-mileage cars. Yeah. Why? Because they are not prone to a breakdown every other time. Because it's a newer car. People are embracing that. But now, our taxman is not flexible on that. I don't know what is happening. It's a conversation that we need to have as a country and as our legislation team. I think this is something that they just need to talk about. Because what normally happens is when they are coming to the tax issues, I think they leave it to KRA. I don't know. Because we must have a conversation around this and have a long-lasting solution. Because there is no way you can tell me that I'm buying a car at 1.2 million and I'm going to pay taxes of almost 600,000. It doesn't make sense, but they have been so rigid on it. So many people, I've watched podcasts, I've watched news, I've watched online people discussing this, but it has never been done. It's because our parliamentary team does not see this.
Most parliamentarians, they have these benefits, special benefits. Like for them, if you're a parliamentarian, there are cars you can buy during that regime. Yes. And then they have certain special treatment. Yes. Especially on car ownership, on their medical, their access to medical insurance, and also mortgages, and what else? And security. And that makes them to be very blindfolded on how security affects a normal Mananchi, on how car ownership affects normal Mananchi, and how house ownership affects normal. Because they have different set of rules for themselves.
And I was actually coming to that. I think one of the reasons they don't care is, once they get to that position, they are given, they are open to car loans. They have so many opportunities. And they take very high-end cars. They are given they take huge loans, and once they take these loans, they are actually using the taxpayers' money to repay the loans. I've actually experienced this firsthand, where an MP's car is actually auctioned because they have taken very huge loans, and once they leave the office is when they get the impact. But when they are there, they don't care. Because they are able to pay this.
So maybe for this that loans. MP had an opportunity to make legislation better. Exactly. So that even after office, they can comfortably.
Yeah. So that is what is affecting the prices in the country for the new cars. Yeah. But now I love it because Kenyans are embracing it. How many 2024 Range Rovers are we selling right now? How many 2024, 2025 models of Toyota J250 are we selling now?
The 300 series.
Yes.
They're quite many in the market.
Series, the LX600. Yeah. People are embracing new cars because they do not want to buy an old unit and end up spending a lot when it comes to maintenance. But now, if we were to get a conversation around tax, I think Kenyans will be safe.
If you look at how tax is collected in Kenya, the people who have no escape route are the ones who are pressed most.
Exactly.
If it's income taxes,
Yes.
they will press the formally employed. If it's matters, for example, when you buy taxes, there are very limited escape routes in terms of tax evasion.
Yes.
So that's where they'll press a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that one ends up discouraging the market and creating. I actually think the impact is worse, because when you are just saying here, if you encourage more people to buy cars, you are actually creating many jobs.
Exactly.
And you will still collect that tax in many other forms in the country. And what about what we are seeing now in Kenya, the secondary market, whereby we have resale of locally used cars within locally used people?
Yes.
How is that market faring on in Kenya?
The most money I've made from this industry has come from the locally used or pre-owned or the used cars in Kenya. And that is a very wide market. Because if you can spot a car that has not been badly used and the price is like 500 to $1 million less compared to the new one, why don't you just go for that? Now, let me use an example of a Mercedes. A Mercedes-Benz, for example, the C200 W205, a used one, 2018 model, can cost you around 3.2 million. But a new one, 2019 model that has not been used by anybody in the country, can cost you 4.7 million. How much are you saving?
You're saving
almost 1.4 million. So why should I not just ensure that I have a very good technician to ensure that this car is actually in a very good condition and just buy this one? Why should I spend over $1 million on a new one? So they are both been used. We just look at the mileage, we look at the condition and everything. So the used car industry is being favored because of the price. That is, I don't think there is any other reason. It's basically about the price.
It's price.
Because you will save yourself a lot of money. And again, it has already covered the depreciation rate. Because if it was, maybe if a 2019 right now, KRA are looking at 70% depreciation rate, then this one has already been covered. As much as the taxes on this particular one, the 2019 model, are high, for this one, everything has already been done. I'm buying it at 3.2 million, but everything is already done up to registration. So mine is just to pay the 3,400 shillings for transfer, and everything is done. So people are embracing the used ones. Another reason is the new ones are so many. There is high competition when it comes to the new ones compared to the used ones. For you to get a clean Toyota RAV4, a used one, it becomes a bit tricky because now you will find maybe 2 or 3 people have used them very well. But if you're looking at the new one, the new ones are so many. So even in terms of competition, people who are selling used cars have an advantage because you are having very nice cars, very affordable prices, but there are not so many. We call it exclusivity. So again, someone who is running a dealership that is selling the used ones and they are clean units will even make more money. By the way, I can shock you. There are dealerships that are making more money from these used cars compared to those that are dealing in new cars.
New cars,
Because you can spend a lot of time seated with your stock.
And this one, maybe it's not a question for you to answer, but sometimes I ask myself, there's this concept called tied up capital, money that is just sleeping. When you drive around along Gong Road from Coptic all the way to Karen, you'd see, not even from Coptic, actually from Valley Road, all the way to Karen, you'd see so many yards and cars just parking there. And let's say the average price of 1 unit of a car could be, let's say, 3 million or 2.5 million. And from Valley Road all the way to Karen, you'll get hundreds of cars just sleeping. How much millions are those? Actually, could be in billions.
In billions. You haven't gone to Kiambu Road.
Kiambu Road is Kiambu Road.
Because in one yard, you find there is a car that costs around 25 million. Right now, I think the latest high-end car we have posted is a Range Rover Vogue, a 2023 model, and it costs around 26 million.
And we have several such units.
You haven't gone here at Westlands.
Yeah.
There is a car yard with a lot of high-end cars, billions of money. Yes, but either way, at some point they make money because
they make money. I just trying to understand that business model. This is a lot of stock that is waiting to be converted into capital. But I think that's why we have people like you, the agencies, that will now help buyers to be able to add out of so many, because it's like when a child walks into a room full of candy.
Yes.
That child gets confused. They don't know which candy to lick, which candy to test. It's there's all over. So there's so many cars in the market.
Yes.
But then that can create confusion to a buyer. You do not know what best fits you.
Yes.
And maybe that's where you come in.
That is where we come in, because people have actually moved away from the traditional way of looking for cars. That you will wake up in the morning with your family, with your friends, and you start walking around every yard and every showroom looking for a car. People will go online, and that is why we have capitalized on our social media platforms. People will just go online. I've posted a Range Rover. They give me a call, and where's the car? How can I view it? And all those things. And we have helped so many people do that. But we still have those that have that traditional way of doing things. They want to walk around and check everyone. But trust me, if you use that method, I'm not saying it's not effective, but you might end up with even what you didn't expect. But you can sit at the comfort of your home and just give me a call. You can, and that's why we call ourselves Tash Motor Consults. You can still give me a call, consult, and I may not even charge you. I only charge now on a different scale, but I'll guide you, and then you can come, view the car, buy. There are people who actually do that. When they are coming, some will actually send you the mechanic. Let my mechanic come and now check that particular unit. When they walk in the dealership, they're just coming to pay. There is no story. But I also want to take you back to what you said, that this is the capital is just sleeping. These people make money. I can assure you, these people make money. You can bring in a vehicle at around 10 million, and maybe you find this car is being marketed at around 15 million or maybe 13 or 14 million.
That's a very high markup.
Yes. So if I feel like now my stock has slept for quite some time, I tell you, I've given you a discount of 1 million. From 14 now, I'm selling it at 13 million. If you look at other dealerships are still at 14.5. Someone will rush and buy that car. You have made 3 million, even if the car took like 5 months and you have sold like 3 of them. You still are, you are still in business.
You're still in business.
So it's a capital intensive market. But again,
is the market in Nairobi different from the market in Mombasa? Because we see Kenya, some people go to Mombasa to buy cars. How different are these markets?
It's a mindset that Kenyans have created, that cars in Mombasa are cheaper than cars in Kenya. In Mombasa, I do not want to say anything bad, and this is my opinion, but again, it's the truth. In Mombasa, we have 2 different types of dealers. We have those that have cars on the yard. Even if you go there, you will hear someone saying, that is not here, it's at the yard. Then we have cars in the showrooms. Cars in the showrooms are now the quality cars in Mombasa. Believe you me, the same price you will get that car in Nairobi, it's the same price that you'll get car in Mombasa. I've experienced that myself. I went for a Mazda CX-5.
In Mombasa?
Yeah. All the cheap cars that have been posted online in Mombasa, most of them, unless you have seen it on video, someone is actually addressing it. But the photos, most of them are either sold or not even available in existence. Yes. So people have that mindset. But if you need a car, a quality unit, you can either go to Mombasa or in Nairobi, but the price is the same.
It's the same.
Yes.
So don't burn your fuel and fare.
Yes. That you are heading to Mombasa to buy a car. But now the difference is Mombasa has a lot of Pakistanians. And Pakistanians have come with the mode of payment we call the hire purchase. So hire purchase is flexible because now no one is screening your statements. No one is screening your ability to pay the loan. So you will just walk there with your ID. You pay for the half the price or maybe 40% of the price. You give them the details. You buy the insurance. They install the tracker. You walk away within a few hours. Now that is the difference.
So the difference comes with financing.
Yes.
It's
but
easier
in Nairobi,
to afford there.
But in Nairobi now you have to go through the bank financing processes and the banks has to screen you quite a lot. Because in Nairobi we do not have dealers that are doing hire purchase. Very few. And even if they are there is a method they are using just to ensure they also do not risk their money with you.
Okay.
Yes.
What's your dream car, David?
BMW X7. It has been my
X7.
dream car. ever.
Okay. You want to have the sheer driving experience.
Exactly. We call it the sheer driving pleasure.
The sheer driving pleasure.
It speaks to you while you're driving. And so X7 has always been my dream car.
Yeah.
But when we get there,
it's always about time.
Yes.
Maybe by the time you get there, if you give yourself time, there'll be newer
models.
Newer things to interest you.
They have
I can see you're getting a lot of interest in Jetua.
Yeah, it's because I also love good things. Jetua is a good car.
It's a good car.
Yeah. They haven't paid me to do this, actually, but Jetua is generally a good car.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, our time is much spent, but we really appreciate the time you've made to have us on this conversation.
Yes.
One word for our viewers. I want you to advise two people. Talk to someone who is just about to buy a car. Maybe in the next less than 1 year, they'll be buying a car.
Yes.
And then talk to someone who is just about to change the current car they have. I want to talk to those people.
If you are looking forward to owning a car, number one, block your ears from the noise. I think I've said this before. Do not listen to people who are telling you a BMW is not bad, a Toyota Corolla is not bad, is bad or whatever. No. First, focus on the car that you need. What is the utility? That is basically. Another thing you also need to consider is your budget. Kindly ensure that your preference matches your budget so that you don't buy a car to become a stress and a depression to you. Ensure that you buy a car that you can afford and a car that you can feel when you're driving it. So it's as simple as that. Someone who is looking to upgrade, Tash Motor Consults, we are here. Just give us a call. We'll guide you because we have something we call trade-in. But upgrade. Because the model you're driving, if it's a 2015 model, the 2018 model has come with a new feature that you actually need, and you need it as urgently as possible because it's a changing world.
It's a changing world.
Yes.
Okay, and David Tash Motor Consults, you can get them on the internet, but also their contacts are on the screen. It's been a pleasure, David, having this conversation with you.
Thank you so much.
And helping our viewers to just understand the auto sector in Kenya, the culture of driving, the various cars that have rocked the market in different times, and how the trends also are taking shape locally and internationally.
Yes.
And also getting to address ourselves to some of the fallacies in the market versus the realities.
Yes.
And I think when it comes to, buying a car is not like buying a small thing. It's not like buying bread.
Yes.
This is something that requires a lot of consideration, and therefore you need to get things right, which is why it's important to talk to consultants like yourself. Sometimes for me, I feel, because I also run some consultancy businesses, I feel like some people think the consultant is going to increase the cost of this product. And therefore, if I try to avoid them, I'm going to save some money. And I think eventually they spend a lot more on a cost called ignorance. They pay more school fees. And I think it is not always expensive to engage a consultant.
No, it's never expensive.
Yeah.
If you're going to save 100 because you have avoided a consultant, you will spend 150
to correct.
Later on. Yes, to correct that mistake.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think you know better because you have also seen real cases of people who have bought units that have given them a lot of trouble.
Yes.
And there were glaring issues which a consultant could easily see and advise against.
And it's not normally just about the condition of the vehicle or the mechanical condition, even the ownership.
Even the ownership.
Yeah, the ownership. There might be an issue with the ownership, the paperwork and all that. If you do not consult the right person, you will do something we call in Swahili kufunikwa.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll be conned in a very bad way.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then you realize you've actually been made a fool of yourself.
Yes.
That is a conversation on culture and cars around Kenya and money and how it's also shaping our economies. It's been a pleasure having you all the way to this end of this conversation. Subscribe if you're yet to, thumbs up if you like it, and see you in the next episode. Rick Okinda is my name. This is the Executive Review Podcast.